Hello and welcome back to another cosmic download. Today's reading is going to take you through from the 18th of May all the way through to Sunday, the 24th of May. So we just saw the new moon energy, which is a beautiful time, inward reflection, journaling, asking questions of your higher self, all of that. Internal guidance, which is what this is all about. So I'm going to set the intention. Please provide the guidance that all those who tune in are seeking. Whatever their journey, whatever their question, whatever their challenge, provide us with guidance that will help us all. Oh, love it, jumper. I get so excited to see what comes. Oh, empty well, time to replenish. There you go. There's the card. So if you're new here at this point, if you're well attuned with working with your higher self, this is a good point to maybe stop the recording and just feel into the image, feel into the words, and see what comes up for you. Maybe meditate on that. If you are still learning to trust yourself and receive that internal guidance, let's see what the guidebook says. Okay, empty well. Nothing here, time to replenish, diminishing yourself for another. The empty well reveals that there is nothing for you here. The well is dry and the desert is encroaching on your once fertile garden. It is time to face this harsh reality and move on. Give gratitude and thanks for the abundance you have experienced, and let Spirit guide you to your next destination. This might mean saying goodbye to someone or something, or insisting on changing the rules of the game. Stop diminishing yourself for the sake of another. Making yourself small will not produce the results you want. There is a lack of reciprocity of give and take. The empty well tells you that it is time to reclaim what is yours and return what does not belong to you. The shadows cast in your direction are not of your making. You do not need to react or respond to them, as they are not real. Simply shine your light upon them and see how it dispels them. These shadows are projections that you are confusing for reality. You may have been offered a shovel to help you dig yourself out of an uncomfortable situation, a bucket to drink from the well. But you cannot dig yourself out of this hole. And remember that there is no water to be found in that well. Receive the empty well as a gift. Do not exert your energy and waste your resources by repairing the walls or mending the rope. Follow the watercourse-way, the aquifers that run deep in the earth, and you will be led to a new spring oasis. You can find these underground streams, these rich natural resources, in the subterranean depths of your own heart. Whew! Okay, so again, if you want to just sit with those words, go back, listen to it again, then by all means do that, and then feel into what jumps out at you this time, what messages are being brought forward to you by your higher self. Then you can stop here, or you might want to hear what I have to say. I feel like this is a bit of a heavy one, not an easy one, for sure. because it's asking us to let go of something, whether that be a relationship or a person or some a way that we've become used to, maybe in our employment, in the office, in our businesses, or even within ourselves. Only you will know, and trust whatever comes up for you first. All right? Don't overanalyze, don't overthink. What part of my life is this referring to? Because if you're tuning in today and you're hearing this message, then this message is meant for you. So there will be somewhere in your life where you need to heed this guidance. As I read it, instantly I thought of something. And even as I was reading it, I was thinking, yeah, but maybe not that, because I don't feel a contraction or an aversion to continuing that particular aspect of my life. To give you a little bit of context, it's a part-time job that I do, and I have been toying with the idea of increasing my hours come September and potentially moving a little bit within the company. And now that I'm reading this, and I feel quite neutral about that, because I know it's not forever and it could serve. Logically, it makes sense to pursue it. Logically, it could serve me and assist me and help me in certain areas of my life. But when I read this guidance, that was the thing that came up. So even though if I'm honest, I want to be able to argue with my higher self and say, no, that's not what you mean. That's not what you're referring to, because that makes sense. And I'm prepared to do that. And it feels like it's the next right move. And I've thought it over. It's not a impulsive decision. I've been sitting on it for some time, and I think I'm ready to take those steps forward, right? But while I'm reading this guidance, that's what came to my mind. So I cannot deny that. That is what I have to pay attention to. And even whether I like it or not, that's what this guidance means to me. And so something came up to you, for you, in your mind's eye or in your heart as I was reading those words. Heed it, even if you don't want it to be about that, right? So that is your invitation there. Because, yeah, I mean, we've all been there so many times in different areas of our life where the reciprocity is just not balanced anymore. And that I cannot deny. In my situation, I don't feel like it is balanced. I do feel like I give so much more than I actually receive from this part-time job. But it has served me. So yes, I will say thank you with gratitude for the abundance that it has given me, for the opportunities it has given me, and for what it has allowed me to do, right? It has served my life in a particular way, fit for a particular chapter of my life. But if I did continue, I would be diminishing myself for something smaller. So making yourself small will not produce the results you want. And yeah, if I choose to move places within this company, if I choose to take on more hours within this company, I am making myself small. 100%, and I know it. Where are you making yourself small? Because we were talking about this earlier in a meeting that I was in, and sometimes it's so easy to say and see. You can be really clear about what it is you want, and then you write down all the things that you need to do to make that a reality. And I caught myself, we're all prone to it. There's no exception here. The only tool that we have is that the more you do this work, the quicker you can catch yourself. And sometimes it requires being amongst other people to hear what they're saying about their blocks and their beliefs. And you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's me too, right? And I didn't see it in my own self. And so I caught myself earlier looking at my list of things, and I was like, I really want to do more of this, and that would make me feel really expansive. And that is a way that makes me feel a little bit anxious and a little bit scared, because that's on the growth edge of my being, of my business. However, I can't really dedicate the time that I want for that thing that I want, because I've got to do this, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do this, and I've got to do that. And then I heard some other ladies speak, and I realized, hold on a second, Dharmi. I'm making excuses. I'm making it logical because it is uncomfortable, because it does frighten me a little bit in a good way. And so I'm making excuses for it. I'm reasoning my way out of doing it. So by doing that, I'm making myself small. And then what I'm saying is that I haven't got time for that. And the easy option would be to just increase my hours in this part-time job instead, because that's the safer option, even though it makes me very small. And it's not what I really want. I don't want a career with this company. It's a gap filler, It helped while my life was lifing, Yeah. Empty well. No matter how much you dig, no matter how much you try to scoop out that water, there's no water there. And the shadows that are cast in your direction are not yours, are just projections that you are confused, what you are confusing for reality. And receive this guidance as a gift. Do not exert your energy and waste your resources by repairing the walls or mending the rope. How many times do we do that? Try to keep fixing something and staying stuck where we are when it isn't the right place to be anymore. And life is pushing us and asking us to be bigger and go somewhere else. And if you can find these underground streams, the rich natural resources, in the depths of your own heart, you will be led to a new spring oasis. I love that visual of a new spring oasis. I think I'm going to use that for this goal, this pursuit that I have, these ideas that I have, and think of it as that beautiful spring oasis, because that just makes it feel gentle and soft and nurturing, rather than this scary new adventure that I'm embarking on. Here's the card again. Empty well. Think about it. If you're enjoying these readings, please do subscribe. Please do follow, like, and share, and leave a comment. Let me know how it serves you and what really stood out for you in this week's reading. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.